Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Pod B of the Premodern Super League. My name, as always, is William Hurst, host of the I've Got Questions podcast, and getting bags under my eyes more and more by the minute. But with all that being said, we are joined from a friend from, I don't know what the term, across the pond, across the watery blue way, Mr. Anton Glans. Anton, how you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing fine, Will. Thanks for having me on. How are you?
You know what? It's a great day when I can sit here and talk about Magic, especially pre-modern.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. So today we're in pod number B. We're gonna have an awesome matchup. We're gonna have Caleb Durward.
Cool.
Needs no introduction. And Arty, local guy out of the Midwest here, Mr. T fan. Who knows what he's gonna play? But what do you, Anton? Before we jump into deck lists, you've been around Magic Premodern for a long time. How's your feeling about where Premodern's at right now? What are we feeling about Premodern?
I think it's, as always, like pretty open, diverse. We see constant rotation in like the meta, so like it's healthy as hell. So yeah,
Absolutely.
People are getting streamlining decks for sure. Like that is happening. Decks are getting better, but it's fun.
It certainly is. So here we see Caleb Durward. He's on Black-White Control. This is a deck that he and Fran, the basics of it, cooked up while they were both here in Madison for an event and kind of diverged in different directions. But as you look at this, what do you think about it?
Yeah, this is Dead Guy Ale without Dark Ritual and Sheep Creature. So like way more control, right? Way more mid-range. And I do love me Skeletal Scrying. I think that card is insane. So like, yeah, this deck is fair until it isn't anymore. Like it has some real strong individual cards, but like the mana is clunkier than some other allied colors, I'd say. But yeah, it's a cool deck.
I agree. And as you say, Skeletal Scrying, a card, at least in the MTGO, that was bugged for a long time, but finally got fixed. So now
it was. Okay.
It was bugged for a while, but it's been fixed. People are playing it. And we've seen a lot in this Super League. The effect, and all around Modern Pre, honestly, is the effect on deck building with land tax not being in the format, people being able to play lands. And this is a great example. Like, you could never play this in a like land tax format, I don't think. So, I mean, we see Dust Bowls coming back. We see Wastelands and Ports. What do you think about cards like Phyrexian Arena right now and Vindicate? It's kind of those slower but like great powerful cards.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, Arena is obviously great with a turn 1 Dark Ritual, it feels like, but like everyone is packing Disenchant Effects main deck, so like I think you can trim those down, and here we have like virtual card advantage by playing Gerard's Verdict, for instance, so like taking the other route. But obviously it's a great card, and it's the only enchantment / artifact he does play, so I guess it won't stick unless he has the rest for sure to make the coast clear, I guess. But like, yeah, I love the card. I do think Skeletal Scrying is insane though, especially paired with like Verdicts and Exalted Angel when you have a lot of life gain.
Yes, so, I would agree with that. And life gain, we have plenty of 4 Exalted Angels. Always a great card. Decrees of Justice, all the good top end stuff of the color white. And then we look at the sideboard, kind of a who's who of what deck am I playing and what do they not want to see. Good to see Perish as a card, with black now being somewhat playable nowadays. Perish coming back as a card, and with all the Terry McTerry faces running around.
I mean, was just gonna say, like this deck, all the Armageddon Cataclysm decks feels like it could prey on this, but Perish is good to kill Terry and elves, I guess. So yeah.
Yes, it is. But we're gonna go ahead here and talk here about Arty. Arty, a great guy. I've got to meet him in person number of times. Soldier Fortune Online, the innovator initially of Mr. T. And a lot of things.
No. That's Antti Turtiainen, the Finnish guy.
My bad.
Yeah, that's your bad.
Fine. I'm not as familiar with the Euro lore. Okay, let me be. All right, but no, a proponent of his version of Mr. T.
Yes.
And I feel this is almost a more aggressive version than kind of like we've seen Francisco's like red-green version of his Oath Peluche deck. This is foregone things like Oath of Druids, more of the prisony elements, and gone straight for the face. I mean, it's never a bad deck when you see Nimble Mongoose. Anton, tell me what you think about this deck from your experience of seeing it in Europe and also this version.
Yeah, I mean, I played it some. This main deck is the exact same 60 that I played in Mike Arnold's Super Gauntlet, and like it has evolved some from when Slaughterin came up with it, but like Mulch is crazy good here. I mean, it does find some key spells in lands, but also like it enables Threshold, and it pairs super well with Silver Library. So the card has like some sort of engine, I guess, but other than that, it's pretty like straightforward. You don't want to go too long with the deck, and I think in this particular matchup, like if they go long game, Caleb will for sure win. Yeah. That's my hunch. What are you feeling?
I think you're right. I mean, Nimble Mongoose, though, if it gets down early and going, is a hell of a card. And Caleb's only real interaction is maybe a blocker and Wrath. You could see Raise is one of those interesting cards. We don't have something like a Flagstones of Trocaire or in this format to really take advantage. But Mox Diamond does an interesting impression of it. So the turn one Mongoose, then like Diamond, Raise you can really set a deck back. But I think also where this deck is in an interesting spot is it's on 4 Rashad Ports and 4 Wastelands. So if it can really control those initial first turns, those can really lock down a deck that is color hungry like Caleb's, like double whites, double blacks.
We saw Caleb did play like 15 or something basic lands, so like, but still he has 10 plus non-basic, so like good thing for Arty, I guess, because it enables his wastelands. But like I feel like Caleb has an upper hand in this matchup just by playing like 28 lands, and I'm not sure, like Silver Scrying, he Wrath of God will be pretty good. Like he has a lot of weapons. And the sideboard, you can tell what the sideboard is set up for. It's set up for those aggro matchups. It's set up for those oath matches. His sideboard doesn't have much here for this matchup, to be honest. Maybe a couple naturalizes. It's rough. But if Arty can get off to a strong start here, I think he could have a good chance. So here we are, game number 1. Arty will be on the play. He's on the top. Caleb here on the bottom. Let's see what happens. What do you think of these hands so far? I mean, Caleb's hand, I think he has to keep it. It has 3 lands, all the colors. He has to plow, so he has early interaction. And definitely Arty has an aggressive hand. He has the wasteland and he has the stone rain, so he can like curve play if he wants to, or he can just like ideally he draws a Sylvan Library or a Werebear on the next turn. But
no, we'll have to see. But did not get that. Gonna get a fetch land. Mongoose gonna do some Mongoose things here, making that Swords very, very sad at the moment.
So I'm not sure how familiar Caleb is with like Mr. T. It's a pretty fringe deck, but so I'm not sure if he like expects the stone rains now. But he found the duress there, so okay.
Exactly. It is still fringe deck. It's seen it top 8 at a couple of the Misty events. It's been seen. I mean, you just also don't see. He took the Stone Rain. I get to keep all my lands. Thank you very much.
But from this spot, it looks pretty like Art's hand is pretty linear, and like Terror won't do anything without Wasteland doing Wasteland stuff. Like Terror is just a 1/1 or 2/2, right? So, and we'll walk right into the Swords to Plowshares there as well. So Caleb has full information now.
Yeah, this is not a great spot for Arty to be in. He's got a Mongoose. He's going to try and get in. I think he has to play out his stuff and just force.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, he doesn't know what he's up against. He has only seen Swamp cycled Barrymore, right? And the rest. So, okay, now he knows. Now he knows what's up.
But
Wasteland will be good here, for sure. Keeping him off Wrath of God is key now, I guess. So
100%. Whether or not he expects the Wrath of God, still the correct play. And I don't think he has any other choice but to try and reach that threshold and just race with these Mongooses.
This is like where a card as Mulch would have been perfect there. Just to draw like Rishadan Ports or just get the threshold, basically. So, because racing an Angel, he will not win that race. And the Bolt is gone as well. So, like, Mr. T doesn't have that much removal. It only relies on Devastating Dreams and Lightning Bolts. So, like, a flipped Angel is insanely difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the white mana, so this is just a 2/2 bear, but right now it is doing his best impression of a wall in front of these Mongooses. But Caleb's going to get aggressive in an attack.
This is also weird. Like, I'm not sure if artists like have to actually consider double blocking here. Because he has to know it's an Angel, right? Because he has seen Caves of Koilos. And if that gets flipped, it's over. Oh,
that's a Devastating Dreams. Now, for people who think Devastating Dreams, whatever, it's going to kill everything. The way that this card works is it resolves, everything happens, and then it checks everything. So those Mongooses will live as long as its X is 2.
But he has 4 cards right now. He would discard card plus, and that's 5. Devastating is 1, and a land from sacking is 1. Yeah, so that's 7. Correct.
Yep.
So state-based effect looks, and they are 3/3. So yeah, that's actually perfect to play right now.
Oh man, I mean,
6 is better than 2.
100%. And your creature dies, my creature lives. Which I think Arty's probably doing the math right here. Is like, what do I have to do to make this work? Make sure it all works out. And we see the power of that Wasteland, like keeping, as you said, Caleb off double white. I mean, you look at the spells in his hand: Exalted Angel to Morph, Wrath of God. Devastatingly good when it happened. So we're gonna kind of see what happens here.
He has a fetch land as well that he hasn't used, so yeah, threshold is not an issue at all. Yeah. I guess.
And this is where Shroud gets annoying. Because if you can't flip that Angel, you're just chumping with these tokens.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so he's only going to do it for 1?
So interestingly, he can only do it for 1 because he only has 1 card to discard. But like he doesn't crack his fetch.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Never mind.
So interesting with Mr. T is like there's 4 fetch lands and only 4 basics to get. So like it's sometimes weird that you can't fetch the land you want to get either because you like raise away your first turn mountain and stuff like that. So are we seeing 7 cards on his graveyard? Soon enough, I hope.
5, there it'll be 7.
Yep. And then we see the damage. This is so good to play out on MTGO, because here you see the state-based effect happening. They are now 3/3s marked with 1 damage counter. So, yeah.
Exactly. And that's a little aside as they kind of go through the motions here. Not a whole... there's a Wrath incoming. So, I mean, we chump, we do the thing, and we clear the board. And then,
I don't even think he has the Wrath here. Honestly, I think he just flips the Angel and race. Yeah, just and race. That's the plan is, Caleb has... He can count.
Yeah,
and here we have the dead guys.
Yeah. If anything, so far in this matchup with that Devastating Dreams, I proved I cannot count. So we're going to trust Caleb. here comes.
Yeah, but I mean, this looks really, really good. He can even play another morph, and if he wants to greed, he could also wait for one more land and hardcast Angel, I guess. But yeah.
I mean, do you vindicate a land here and keep him off anything that may or may not be important?
I think he should actually play. He should play something, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He does play morph. Yeah.
Well, there's a Stone Rain. I mean, a little bit later than we needed it to keep that second white source off the board.
Yeah, but it will hinder one, I guess. So.
Yeah.
I mean, Arty has to do it.
Yeah. He cannot hold back at this point. He's got to swing. At which point, sure, we go to 4. He still wins. Caleb still wins this race. Goes to 8.
Yeah.
Get the white source.
And he has a blocker. If he wants to stay out of like lightning bolt range, he has the blocker as well. So I think it's.
So he's decided.
But now he should definitely vindicate the mountain here. If I were Caleb, I would definitely do that. But
I think you're correct, unless he doesn't want to risk taking that 1 pain for some reason.
Yeah, but the pain is only relevant versus the red spells, and I assume he would see that. Yeah, he does that. Yeah, okay.
Yep, Rish and Port, and that's gonna be all she wrote right there. I would assume.
Yeah,
because he goes to 1. Yeah, there's nothing there. All right.
I mean, this was actually pretty tight game. It all came down to like him drawing another white source, Caleb. Right. So it could have looked differently, but like, yeah, Decree of Justice also like provides 1 blocker, draws 1 more card. It's solid. So
absolutely. So before we get real quick into the sideboarding, as you mentioned, Moto, its growing popularity in pre-modern almost necessitated some of this, which I enjoy doing, but it is nice to see the full information a little bit. It does keep some of the surprise out, but it is nice to have this available. As we see here, we get to see Caleb sideboarding. Parrish, surprise coming in, takes care of some mongooses.
Yeah.
What else do you think comes in?
He didn't see the naturalized, but like I would probably consider. I think this is such a good matchup for him. So like he could take in 1 arena. I don't blame him if he fears like more burn spells if it is not too familiar. So like bringing in 1 warmth or 1 cop red. But I mean he doesn't have to at all. So perhaps 1 more arena for like 1 decree or something. But that's about it, I think.
Yeah, looks like he sided out that. Yep. No, he sided out that decree for that parish. I would have maybe been interested in. I mean, I don't know if an engineered plague is worth it just to set on Mongoose before threshold, but it probably isn't. The parish is the best option he has.
Yeah, for sure. Savage Twister here by Arty. That's a spoiler for many people, I think.
Yes, absolutely. Savage Twister, not your normal card that you're seeing. Arty looks like he's going here just to like, he's seen a decree, he's seen an angel.
Oh, he removes Marsh.
That surprises me.
Yeah, me too. I would, especially versus like a discard deck. I think Mulch is like if he can contain his mana with ports and then just attack with like treetops, that's huge. So
yeah, Stone Rain. I mean, I think he has to keep in all the LD, keeping him off those colors is important.
Yeah, for sure. So the libraries are insanely good here. Yes. I wouldn't have brought in like 2. I mean, okay, he did see the decree, so there's like Pyroclasm does have some makes sense, I guess, but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem great, especially when you can you have Devastating Dreams already.
This is a very awkward hand for Arty. Like he only has 1 green or red mana, and he has to turn 1 play in Mongoose or Raise. So I'm not sure. He kind of have to curve play here. So okay, he's mulliganing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Caleb mulliganing because he had no black source.
Yeah. And he can't keep a 1 lander versus the Stone Rain deck, right? So Caleb has to go down to 5.
I don't know, man. Maybe he's a madman. I kind of want to. He's got some 1 mana stuff. He's got the duress. He's got a swords, and he's got a.
He's facing a wasteland deck. You can't really. I mean, if he keeps, I think Arty will actually keep this and put away the naturalize. hopefully.
You would think the naturalize goes away. I mean, this is a blow up your lands. You don't get to do anything hand.
Yeah.
Yep. There's the Moldify. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Good call, Kevin.
Good
call. That's much better hand, especially when he bottomed the naturalize.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you get rid of that skeletal. Maybe the skeletal. I don't know if you get rid of that basic land. I think you maybe get rid of one of the other cards. But he drew a basic land. What am I talking about? I got nothing.
He has a lot of lands.
He does have a lot of lands.
That's a good draw. I think I would have cycled Tranquil Thicket end of turn here if I were Arty.
Yeah, he's got plenty of land to do what he has to do.
So instead of developing Werebear, he's going for the port plan. Okay.
Let's go porting. Well, this duress is going to be very sad.
Yeah. The best duress.
Yes, indeed. Look at all my pretty cards.
Yeah, I mean, this is why, like, duress is also a bit weird. I do like duress in combo decks when you have something proactive to do, but, like, playing just the duress here and, like, pass the turn with nothing to follow up. Yeah, okay, it could have been a Stone Rain, I guess, so yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, like, duress is probably one of those skill-intensive cards. Like, you can tell the people who have more experience with it than don't about when they fire it off, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I've seen people just fire off duress in turn ones where, like, it just doesn't even matter. Like, it's so crazy. But both these guys are skilled. Looks like we're going to cycle a thicket here.
For another thicket. Oh, the Sylvan Library is huge. I think now he has to... Yeah, okay, so he will keep porting away he should keep the planes away, I guess.
Exactly.
It might be good. But,
and this is where Caleb's deck building choice of playing a lot of basics paying off here, because those wastelands are essentially just colorless lands at this point.
And funnily enough, I mean, the correct play is obviously to port the plains, but, like, had he ported the swamp, this might have been like preventing an arena. He of course drew the case recoiler, so it wouldn't have mattered, but details, but it's fun to see.
Absolutely.
So here you take to 8 immediately, snap, go down to 8, I think, because he has the fetch land, and they, like, both Mongoose and Bolt is good here.
I think you're correct. I'm definitely not the best Sylvan guy in the world. I'll decide to, like, just get myself in a position to kill myself with it. But I think you're correct. Digging deep, getting...
Well,
he's going to put the fetch on top. Interesting.
Okay, so he's going to cycle into the fetch then, I guess. But...
he's going to... Does it matter that it takes 1 to do that?
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I would have definitely... I would definitely have one. I mean, okay, if he cycles, then sure. Effectively, he sees 3 new cards the next Sylvan trigger, so he does save 3 lives by cycling by paying 1 life, I guess. But he doesn't get to see a 4th card, so yeah.
So I think Caleb's in a great spot here. Like, he has an answer to a Terravore. I think on upkeep, or whenever it happens, Caleb just cycles a decree in response to whatever happens, gets blockers, and then draws into the land. And, well, no, there's those wastelands are now going to make him a difference. That cave is going away. I suppose that's interesting. Another port.
But Arty didn't see Wrath of God the first game, right? So
he did not. You are correct.
But he might suspect him, because it appears as if he's respecting something here, because he doesn't, like, go full aggro mode here.
Yeah, he is definitely respecting something, whether he doesn't want to give something a swords target or anything like that. Maybe that is the key. But he can't wait around and do nothing, because this arena is just going to bury him.
Yeah, but, like, I don't think... I mean, there is of course one merit for artists to not play out everything. It's if he finds devastating dreams, then he could like really he needs cards to discard, but like he's not gonna win by just say draw go here.
No, he's not. So we get to see the Sylvan here. We see Forgotten Cave, Pyroclasm is really good right here.
Yeah,
like he loses a Mongoose, but who cares?
But I think you could provide, like, if he wastelands and he fetches any Pyroclasm, isn't that like 7 cards in his graveyard?
Oh no, you are 100% right.
So I think you could actually orchestrate this to go exactly the way he wants.
Yeah. All right, let's go, Mr. T. We like to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool deck.
Yep.
It's a really cool deck.
Is. All right. So we get this.
So basically, first blood, first real blood,
first real blood. All the other is self-inflicted blood.
Yeah.
So porting the white source. Okay, he's still going to be able to get down, and I don't know. Mr. T is kind of coming together here.
Yeah, and he has the bolt for the second morph. That's good, and then he can just now pour twice. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and he's got some bolts. He's got a mulch.
Sweet.
Mulch doesn't matter really at the maybe.
I bet mulch with Sylvan Library when you know the top card is a land. It's pretty sweet.
That's true. That's true.
But I think he has to like keep up 4 mana for the 2 ports. He needs to double port now and just hope.
Yeah.
Because then he has 6 in the head with 2 bolts. So like also just saving these bolts will be pretty damn good.
Absolutely.
Next turn he comes down to 9, go down to 8 for Marina, and it's gonna be close.
It is. So we're gonna cycle a decree here, get a little chumpy chump.
Yeah, of course.
Do you? I don't know if
Verdict is good.
Verdict is very good. I'm not sure if. Well, I mean,
it's also so good.
Oh God. All right. Yeah. So mulch, werebear. He's gonna pay 4 life for it. No, put on top. All right.
I'm not sure why he doesn't. What he's scared of? Like, why doesn't he want more cards in his hand?
I don't know, unfortunately. But that's a chumpy block. This could be. Okay, he does not play, and he's just really riding this mongoose. But like white sources,
I feel like if you if you draw 2 cards or like 1 card extra, and then you deploy the mulch with a card that you know is a land, and you see 3 more, like the odds of you hitting 1 land there is pretty high. So like you can still maintain the Rishadan Port plan of having 4 mana to tap him down, but
the correct play there, duressing to get removal out. I assume he probably plays Land Angel and has a morph in response to. No, he's going to perish it. Okay,
he's going to perish. Okay, yeah,
he's playing it safe. Bolt.
Yeah. I like that play actually by Caleb.
All right.
But now, Arty, it's time to play the mulch, man.
He doesn't want to play the mulch.
He doesn't want to play the mulch.
I just don't think. I think he doesn't want to give up double porting, but double porting is becoming drastically worse turn by turn.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. The odds of him hitting 1 land with mulch is still high enough. Or if he does, like he can pay 4 more life to like dig so deep. So
yeah. No, I don't disagree with you. Maybe he's hoping this Phyrexian Arena just gets him. It's very possible.
So he could play Gerard's Verdict on himself now to just gain.
Yeah,
life. But now he can source his own morph in case he has to play around like double bolt or something. I'm not sure. Like there's a
lot of space that Caleb can work with now. Like the window, I think if it has not closed, has rapidly gotten smaller on Arty at this point. Because now, if he ports him, who cares? I just morph my Angel. He needed to find a bolt or something right there.
Yeah, because there's nothing he can mulch now that's super interesting either to like save him from this mess, I guess. So
yeah, it's just sometimes I feel like port can be a trap because it stifles your development. Because he's had this Terravore and these werebears in his hand forever.
Yeah. No, but I think you should have been slightly more aggressive with the Sylvan, taking 4 more damage and then play the mulch earlier to just keep porting, but like deploying that land. I think just to dig deeper might have changed the outcome here, because this is a pretty goddamn tight match.
So he's gonna mulch now. Okay, so he's looking for a. What is he looking for with that mulch?
Forgotten Cave can find. He knows about the cave because he has been reading that up for quite some time. So he could actually cycle to try to spin the wheel on a Pyroclasm or Devastating Dreams or a Bolt here.
Yeah, I mean, Bolt is best case scenario without. Nope.
Yeah,
Terry.
Yeah, that's a shame. Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to race. And Terry is pretty good at racing, but...
somebody's coming with a pillow for Mr. Terry. The pillow is coming to smother
Do you think he's gonna source it, or do you think he should smother it?
I mean, I have to assume he smothers it, make sure Arty doesn't gain 10 life.
Yeah, because 10 life is 2.5 cards with Sylvan also. So
Or he did swords it. I don't...
Okay.
Why do you just not smother, morph your Angel, swing, and win the race?
Yeah.
I don't know. Caleb's a better player than me. I'm not gonna try.
No, but we're here to discuss, comment on the stuff, and I kind of agree. Like giving a Sylvan library 10 life is unnecessary risk, I feel like. But
I mean, he's got the. So this play leaves him dead to swing with Mongoose, draw a bolt.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like that. I mean, I guess that didn't really stop. That wouldn't have stopped it even the other way, but it gives him the life to dig for a possible bolt.
Sure. I mean, because now this race is just he gains 1 life a turn, which he then loses to Freaks and Arena. So it's like he gains 4 but takes 4 each turn. But he also deals 4 damage to Arty, of course. So but like. I think he kind of has to deploy the werebear, I guess. But Stone Rain plus a 3rd port would be pretty cool.
It would be. So we're gonna port some stuff. I mean, he sees Arty so far down. Like, I think you tap down.
I think you take 2 swamps there.
Yeah, I think he. Is that the way to do it? I feel like I want him to swing, hit you, gain life, wrath, redeploy morphed Angel, and then your board's empty.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But
I would consider verticing. Yeah, no, okay. He will gain 3 life there. That's huge for him to stabilize.
Yes, it is.
And now go up to 8. So yeah.
Okay, so this will come in for the win. Swings in. I don't think there's anything Arty can really draw right here.
No, it would be like a Terravore, and that would race, but especially double Terry. But now he couldn't cast double Terry with only 3 green. So yeah.
Yep. No, I think that's gonna put the win in Caleb's column here.
Yeah.
A hard fought match.
That was cool.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing within these matches that we've done, Caleb picking up the win here, 2-0 over Arty, well-fought match, is maybe the next time I do this, trying to figure out is there a way to do some player interviews? That may get too complicated because I love the commentating, but it's like, That's the one thing we are missing, because getting into their mind. Why did this happen? But otherwise, what do you think of that match?
Yeah, but dude, you're producing. Your producer work takes a lot of effort and time. So like, lower the expectations, I guess, or the ambition. Like this is great, Will. So
absolutely. So what did you think of that match overall? It kind of turned out the way you were thinking. It's the lands just it overpowered it, and once you got through those first turns, anything special you noticed? Things we maybe didn't talk about? What do you got?
No, but I mean, it was pretty interesting. And I think it's important when you're on Mr. T to identify if you're the control or the... I mean, you should always identify that, obviously. But, like, we had some interesting decisions from Arty, especially the second game, when he could have been... He could have went more aggressive, I think. But he chose the Man of Maya plan and not, like, taking more cards for Silva and stuff like that. And I think... especially in this type of match when there's a clear control player, you kind of have to like risk it a little bit more as the aggro player. And as you said, like perhaps consider deploying more threats instead of like porting away. I'm not sure. I can't say what's correct, but like it has interesting choices for sure.
It certainly does. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We were in Pod B. Thank you, Anton, for joining us on this commentary. I've been William Hurst. We'll catch you guys in the next matches. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later.
Bye.